Turn it up, y'all peep flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I didn't know my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winner's side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wheel. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab if you can't.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This is taken at the 3. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's go. Mike, 180.
First carry for Nick Chubb. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
180. Mike, 58, right there. Check pass. Pick there.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm going to come back to you.
Alert, 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 alert.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry now for Justice Hill. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill, 75 yards, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield on play action. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick on Wassor. And the return will stop right around the 25. Trying to get it to Landry there. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The 23-yard line.
Mike Spopo.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
Switch, slow ball.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Switch gears, switch gears.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal.
Tucker's kick is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's get it.
Good. 180. You gonna see me? Up, up. Real. You gonna see me in your nightmare? Real.
Hey, watch it. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on... Let's just settle for 3. Trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Gain of 6 makes it 3rd and 4.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. On 3rd down, it's Hill. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
To throw is Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. On 2nd down, it's Hill. He takes us from the 30 to the 34.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the Eagles out in front early. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Beckham, the return. They juked him. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Check, 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 check.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready, set, 44, grab. Stop your running. Slam, slam. Jam, 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 jam. Check 99, check 99.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Ready? Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, watch this. 51 to Mike, boy, 51.
Jackson from the shotgun. He'll get this to Edwards out of the backfield. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Set, 20. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's get ready.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. After 1, our score, 9-3. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Mayfield from the gun on third down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Olivier Vernon brings him down.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Watch twitch. Watch twitch. Check 13. Check 13. No. You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as the Ravens push further out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Come on, man. Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with it punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A run for Nick Chubb. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down at about the length of the football. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They run. Chubb. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along, because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. open man is Taylor. He's got it. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
48, Mike. 48, Mike. Check. Mike, 48. Hey, pick your
Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield, that is incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case. And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
On second down, Hill. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Now a 10th carry for Hill. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. The tackle made by Eric Murray.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally. And
he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Olivier Vernon. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. On 3rd down, here's Hill. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played the responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Chubb works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
The 29-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Let's go. Bang, bang.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Hilliard. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mayfield. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and that will get him one closer. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now it's Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now the pass brought in by Roberts. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
On 2nd and 9. Jackson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
throw on third down. Jackson. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield off the play fake. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. On the toss, here's Hill. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
Here we go.
The Browns drive about to get started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. First down, and it's Hill again. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
And some room to maneuver. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Set. Get the plan. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Rush twist.
And once again, Hill, he's been busy. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Leads to 3rd and 11.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. You go tight. You got tight right there. 44.
To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
Now a carry here for Hilliard. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Hey, alert!
From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
On the ready. Mike spoke both. All day, just like that. Go, go. Check 26, check 26.
Again, they run with Hill. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. On the ground, this is Hill. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now carry number 20 here for Hill. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Drop. Safety creeping. Switch. Switch.
Here's Ingram. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Set. Ready. 10. Touchdown. 3, 2. Check.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Mayfield now from the 50. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 40.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On 1st down, it's Hunt. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he will be first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. They'll run again with Hilliard. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Red alert!
And to give this time to the tailback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has a 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers. And if the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
20. Watch the safety crease.
On 3rd down, Hilliard. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
180. Kill.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he takes this one in for a Brown score. A 3-yard touchdown run. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Jackson throwing again. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That's into the hands of Edwards. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
44's the mic. 44's the mic. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that.
Throwing is Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Here's Beckham. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
You don't want no problems with me.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
They'll run. It's Hilliard. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Mayfield now. And this throw will be intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run. This is Hill. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Tight dog.
49, check 49, check 49.
On 2nd down now, it's Ingram. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. From 17 yards out, and the Ravens have retaken the lead. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. They'll try and run with Ingram. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the two-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing on second down. Mayfield got an open man. It's Ratley. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On the run, this is Hilliard. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On second down and 4, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Now they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
Hey, we're 33. Go. Watch the slant right. Point it right. Twist. Real. Bravo.
Mayfield on play action. Ball going deep here for Taylor. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
Let's go.
They come out here in the eye. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone.
You got me. Jumping. Switch.
Mayfield going to take it on the sneak. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have retaken the lead. Here we go. The Browns will go for 2.
Hey, switch Switch gears.
Hunt going to run for it, and he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
44's the mic. 44's mic. Check. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
44, Mike, 44. Hey, keep it up. 44's the mic, 44's mic. Check. Here we go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll run on 1st down. Hunt. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day.
Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Hunt. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Now Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Mayfield. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the... And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
The Browns' drive about to get started, and they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Look at this, a tight end carry. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
On 2nd down, Hilliard. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Dontrell Hilliard, 47 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
They're on the 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
44, Mike, 44. Here we go, here we go, here we go. 44 is the Mike, 44 is Mike. Check.
To throw is Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Earl Thomas in on the stop. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
That good for 22 and a 1st down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty.
22 Jet Bombers, 22 Jet Bombers.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Kareem Hunt with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Short boot, take it at the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here."
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 66 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And some space here. A big play that time for Cleveland. 43 yards on the ground. And that run has to be so deflating for the defense. They needed the stop. That might put the icing on the cake.
Perfect word for it, because when an offense grinds a defense down and kind of takes the heart from them, and you see them start to sag, no better feeling for the team running the football.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run again with Hunt. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Well, after their wild card round game last week, I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. And they've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go. And that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Let's get this all day.
His guys take over first and 10.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.
So that'll do it for us.